up, guys? So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's being safe. That said, let's talk about Guns Akimbo. Directed by Jason Lee Holden and starring Daniel Radcliffe, Samara Weaving, and Ned Dennehy. Guns Akimbo is a story about a young programmer who's basically not really doing anything with his life besides trolling people on the internet. And one day he decides to get his troll on a site called Schism, which is where people in real life go into versus mode and battle each other to the death. Of course, this does not go well for him, and he ends up waking up with guns surgically attached to his arms and having no choice but to fight for his life. Guns Akimbo. This was a lot of fun. I've actually been wanting to see this movie for some time now, but with everything that's been going on, it's been a bit crazy. And of course, by everything, everybody knows a lot of countries are on lockdown, a lot of people are self-quarantining, and it's only because today I was at home I was able to catch up on this. So I decided to try and get a review out for it before I get back into the madness. So this movie is, think Ready Player One type thing, but for adults. So more along the lines of movies like Gamer, Hardcore Henry. That's basically Guns Akimbo. It's a turn your brain off and have some fun type of movie. And for the most part, it's really entertaining. Visually, I like the style of this film. Like I said, it reminded me a lot of, I actually thought of Wanted while I was watching it. Wanted is another movie. I think the frenetic camera style, the way the cinematography is in this, it reminds me of that. And of course, we have the whole type of games brought to life in the worst way possible thing going on, like Gamer. So you put these things together, you kind of just mash it all up, and you get this movie. But what elevates this a little bit more than those films for me was Daniel Radcliffe. And I have to give huge props to huge props to Daniel Radcliffe, because ever since he's been finished up with the whole Harry Potter thing, and I mean that is the franchise that launched him, he has been proving that there is nothing he won't do, nothing he won't try as an actor. And for the most part, he's been really successful at it. You know, say what you want about the varying degrees of success his films might have had, he's pretty much always bringing his A game to a role, and I really admire that about him. I really admire that he doesn't try to play it safe. He's always trying all this wacky, crazy stuff, like that movie where he plays a dead farting body. He's always taking it to the next level. So he does that here, and he does it quite well, and he's very believable as this ordinary guy caught up in this very extraordinary world. Samara Weaving, ever since I saw her in that babysitter horror movie, The Babysitter, I think is the name of the movie, she has just blown me away. And then she, of course, what she did in Ready or Not, she was amazing there. Samara Weaving is now the go-to hot, crazy chick in these types of movies. And she also does a great job. I almost did not recognize her. I think it's because of the bleached eyebrows. I almost did not recognize her, and it took me a while to realize who it was I was seeing. So good on her. The villains are as crazy as you'd expect them to be in a movie like this. It's the very 80s over the top type villain, you know, and I had no problem with that, because like I said, this is not a movie that you're going into looking for any real message. I mean, if you really want to dig in there, I guess you could say it's taking a jab at social media, the type of people some people become when they're behind the safety of a keyboard, the things they will say, and of course maybe the violence of video games. I don't subscribe to that stuff. I'm a gamer and I just play to relax and have some fun. So I'm leaving all of that aside, and I'm just trying to enjoy this movie for what it is. And for the most part, it's a fun film. It isn't really much. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It's very reminiscent of other films. So, you know, it's not really bringing anything new to the table. And it's one of those movies where you absolutely have to turn off your intelligence to enjoy it, because, I mean, there's a whole moment that builds up the character of Nix as this ultimate badass. There's this moment that is very is very reminiscent of the church scene in the Kingsman movie. That scene, everybody knows the scene I'm talking about. So they give you that in the beginning of the movie, unlike what Kingsman did. You know, they put it much further down. It caught everybody off guard, and it was awesome. And then they say that, okay, this is a character going up against Daniel Radcliffe's character. And if you are really thinking about it, you're like, well, then he shouldn't survive any of this. You know, he shouldn't be able to make it as far as he did. So I really had to switch it off and just forgive all that sort of nonsense and just enjoy this for what it is. And I did. So I'm giving Guns Akimbo a 7 out of 10. I think this was a lot of fun. I think it's absolutely perfect for the times that we're in right now, to just have something silly and over the top and just enjoy it for what it is, which is utter nonsense. And actually, I wouldn't mind seeing an Akimbo too. So I'm giving this a 7 out of 10. And that's it. Guns Akimbo. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It's really appreciated. Of course, if you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click on my face right over there. And if you want to watch past videos, there. So until next time, guys, be safe and bye-bye.